Okay, let's pray. Thank you for another week, Lord. Thank you that we are here, we are together, we know the way forward. We see things happening, we see bad things happening, but we see many, many good things happening. We see the masks coming off and the evil being revealed, and we thank you for that. We continue to ask for strength and wisdom and guidance. So be it. Right, I read a lot of George Christensen's stuff, and this week he did an article on the fact that every single state in Australia now supports full-term abortion. Now, this morning, I am only addressing abortion of babies who would live anyway. That's what I'm addressing. So, I want to make that clear. My views on early-term abortion are mine, and that's just not part of today. Full-term abortion. Have a look at this. Perfect, beautiful little baby. Full-term. The day before it's due, or before it actually comes out naturally, you can have that child murdered. My body, my choice. I've always hated that saying. It is not my body. I had my children. They were in my body, but they weren't my body. My body gave them sustenance, but they were not my body. This is a photo of my grandson, which we'll put beside it. That's the day he was born. That's the day he was born. The day before, they could have had him murdered. It's not abortion, it's murder. Absolute murder. What's the difference between those two babies? Absolutely nothing. Nothing. And it is horrendous what they are doing with our babies. So how can this baby here be called a bunch of cells, and this baby here 24 hours later is a human being? There is no logic, there is no reason. It's horrendous. It's absolutely horrendous, and we won't go in today as to why they actually like to get the bodies of full-term babies. Ryan's Rule is another thing I want to address today. Ryan's Rule works. We know it works. Kim has originally called it on her father, and everything changed. Rhonda called it on her friend just a couple of weeks ago. Bruno called it when he was in. I saw the state Bruno was in. He called it. It works. Do not be scared to call Ryan's Rule. You must be an inpatient. Now, these were all around the hospital. They used to be in every ward, in the hallways, everywhere. SEPs 1, 2 and 3, which state clearly why and how to use Ryan's Rule. So I've looked for them, having gone in, most days recently to visit. I have looked for them. They're not there. They have all gone. Apparently there is one with a QR code that you can look into and get the information. I couldn't even see one of those. So Ryan's Rule is there. It is alive and well. They jump like you would not believe when you call Ryan's Rule. So Rhonda's friend, 3 days, nothing happening, with a serious, potentially extremely serious condition. Rhonda calls Ryan's Rule. Within a matter of a couple of hours, she's in surgery. So it works. Do not be scared of the medics. Do not be scared of them. It's a bit like parents in school being scared to approach the principal about what's going on. Don't let them bluff you. Don't let them bluff you. You are responsible for your body, and very often for the bodies of someone that you're in there that you love. If you need help, ring us. We will come. We will help you. But Ryan's Rule is alive and well, but it is not out there for anyone to see anymore. Very interesting. I'm just going to briefly mention the smart cities again. I think it's time we touched on that because we can see the infrastructure's going in around us as we speak. So the Mackay Local Government Authority, which is the council basically, works directly with ICLEI, the Global Smart City Program. ICLEI stands for International Council for Local Environment Initiatives. And one of their goals is depopulation. Well, we know that. I've seen Bill Gates on video in 2014 saying depopulation through vaccination, and that's exactly what he used. So at the C40 Smart Cities Mayor Summit in 2022, these are some of the things that they discussed. The creation of a 15-minute city. That means when it's created, every person will be born, will live, will socialise, will study, will play, will work, will die within 15 minutes of home, because they will never go further than 15 minutes from home. And that's a 15-minute walk or bike ride, not in a car. Meat consumption per individual, 0. We can see it. All the plant-based meats. They're doing it. They're doing it. Dairy or derivative consumption per year per individual, 0. Private motor vehicle ownership, 0. And the list of those restrictive, cloistering restrictions, it continues. So Blacks Beach Hub is a perfect example. Hub is a smart city term. Now people say, why don't they put in another road? It's hard. Of course they don't want to put it in, because it's going to become a hub, and you're not going to get out of Blacks Beach anyway. They don't need another arterial road for their plans. We know that, we know what they're up to. We know what they're up to. I've just emailed the councillor, the CEO, the mayor, the CEO and every councillor this week, because we have had the mayor write to us probably a couple of years ago now, and we have heard him on video saying that Mackay is not a part of the Smart Cities program, even though it is registered on ICLEI, and his name is down as having joined Mackay up in 2016. I did some research into it this week, just to make sure it was still there. So I have emailed them asking, what's the current stance? Is Mackay part of the Smart Cities program or not? As yet, I don't have an answer, but and we know that the councillors aren't allowed to answer me. They're not allowed to. It has to go through the CEO, who's the acting CEO at the moment. He's the only one who's allowed to answer. Democracy at work for you, hey? Yeah, those rates are really worth paying. Not. So we know what they're what they're doing. So this was from, this was put out by the governing body for the Smart City implementation and how to green or make our cities smart cities without backlash. So this was sent to all local councils. The COVID pandemic showed the ability to make people comply. It showed the fact that people would not stand up. They would just do without question what they were told to do. Masks, lockdowns, not allowed to go to restaurants. It was insane. You know, you couldn't go and go to the gym, but you could go to a brothel. Well, where's 1.5 metre distance there kind of boggles the mind, doesn't it? But it was ludicrous, and people fell for it. I'm proud to say I never owned a mask. I'm proud to say the police pulled me up and had to walk away when I showed them the legislation. You know, we must not comply with this again. We must not. And don't think that I'm gung-ho. Inside I'm falling apart. And if ever I'm in that position where it's a bit scary, I just see my grandchildren's faces and that's it. I will keep going. I will keep going. So remember, this is all sent to Council from the governing body for Smart Cities. Challenge is convincing people that these changes and the disruption that it causes to their daily lives is for their good. All right, well, people thought, oh, wearing a mask is for my good. Social distancing is for my good. It's all for my good. Convincing them that these things are for our good. And this was to the council, more fear-mongering and manipulation of the thought patterns of the people who don't think for themselves. Many people have an emotional blindness toward what is seen as a long-term challenge. So we say they're fear-mongering. Here they are admitting it. That's what they're doing. We're fear-mongering. So they also said the city leaders need to find a way to explain how the green policies serve a common purpose, just so that people will be reassured that it means that we'll have clean air and recreational spaces rather than seeing our loss of rights as individuals. Went on to say the people who are in power have been elected. Well, we know that's a load of rubbish. We know that from our state, federal and lots of from our council. There was no fair election there, but they're saying the people who are in power have been elected to make decisions. Get this, I find this quite funny, and they need to stop being concerned about who will win the next election and be more concerned about making power decisions. Come on, they haven't got the guts to make any. Well, we do have some on board. Those people don't ever think that I'm having a go at you. We are so thankful for you. You, unfortunately, are few and far between on council, and we're depending on you to stand up now that George Christensen has resigned. It also says, don't focus on the number of deaths. Focus on pretty things, nice things, but don't focus on the number of deaths that are happening, and move the people around with optimism. Always give them hope that this is for their good. So promise them that these bold measures will leave us with streets that are more resistant to climate change, and we will have a beautiful city. Wow, Mackay, you're not on the ball there. The weeds down there near the car park, the weeds in the gardens, along the roads. Goodness me, maybe Ickle wouldn't be real happy if they paid a visit here and looked at the way you look after our town. So legislation had been passed and power given to the council CEO to declare a state of emergency whenever he wants to. And we won't even go into the who's new powers. We know what they are. Basically, they can do what they like, when they like, and we will not comply. Coercion is not consent. The government doesn't rule by force, it rules because the people comply. That's the only reason, and I am constantly, daily encouraged by the little bushfires like we have here in Mackay, the little spot fires, and they're all over the globe, and they're getting bigger and bigger, and these evil leaders and rulers who have the arrogance of just being off the radar are getting scared. So we all need to stand up, join together, and we won't allow this to happen. So what can I do? Said 26 million people. What can I do? Said the 125,000 in Mackay. What can I do? We can change our world. We can start right here. We've started. Come and join us. Let's get into this and let's get some more action happening. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.